Hi, my name is Mutunta Benkele and this is Jumo here in studio. Now, when we're planning trips out, whether it's to the park or out, especially with children, you find yourselves running for several ointments to make sure if there's an insect bite or if they graze themselves, you have exactly what you need on hand to make sure that your child remains secure and safe, as well as the adults as well on the trip. But today we have Skleer for only 99 Rand, which is going to answer all your skin problems. And I think it's really amazing that one product is able to do so much.
I think that's what nature provides when you put science work nicely together, and this is what Skleer is. And I think this, I love this. This is a proudly South African product, for those who might not know. And this is oils that have been nicely put together. 5 main ingredients of oils that have been put together to make sure that, like you said, almost all skin problems being handled. And what I love about it, because if you look at it, we're talking about an all-natural skin gel. We're talking about an all-purpose skin gel. We're talking about all skin types. So whether you be dry skin, sensitive skin, it does not matter. You can use Skleer. But most importantly, we are looking at all age groups. So even toddlers and babies can enjoy using skin blemish gel in the form of Skleer.
All right, so we have quite a lot of information on the packaging itself beyond what we're able to see on screen right now. So we're seeing quite a few dry skin conditions, as well as the irritations that generally happen on our skin. Hives are also quite an irritating thing to have, and they kind of last for about an hour and just vanish. And you're not really sure as to whether you should just brave through it or actually get something for it.
And this is where Skleer comes in. Whilst you are looking at all the extra things that you can do, which include drinking lots of water to flush out any toxins that might be lingering around, and getting the source of the root of the problem to say exactly what is happening. But you've got Skleer to quickly, get rid of that sensitivity, all those sensations that come with the skin irritation. Skleer will give you relief in less than 15 minutes, and that's the beauty about it.
I love that. 15 minutes of relief is exactly what we want. So call us on 0861 000 173 or log on to tvmall.co.za if you're looking for a solution to all your skin problems. But before we go any further, we're speaking about a lot of things that happen to the body, like externally. So with pimples and blackheads, how does Skleer come into play to change my skin?
Well, I think when you look at it, I think what's most important is the fact that the ingredients that have been put together, they are focusing on one main. I think the underlying background information is they work together in synergy to make sure that they bring about anti-inflammatory effects. Inflammation is good when it does not last for long, but when it's exaggerated, it prevents healing. You need some inflammation for healing to take place. So for the skin to repair itself, inflammation is key. But now, anti-inflammatory products make it possible for the skin to heal by self-heal by making sure that they control that inflammation, because if it's exaggerated, nothing will happen. So that's the one thing. The second thing, when you look at pimples and blackheads, they tend to, we've got bacteria that is hiding underneath, and that bacteria needs to be eradicated. So the oils have got antibacterial or antimicrobial properties, which then help you to kill those bacteria. So once you kill the bacteria that are the cause, then what it means is the cause of the problem, you have gotten rid of it, but now they go on to make sure that they help with the rejuvenating the skin, building it up to make sure that it closes up nicely, and it also gets to even the skin tone. So it's doing everything to make sure, from eradicating the cause to making sure that you heal that blackhead or pimple and make sure that it closes nicely, and then you end up having same skin color because the skin tone is evened out.
All right, and I think that's a really big thing for us, especially looking for good skin tone, because we always want radiant skin. It's always something that people long for. And knowing that you have something that not only looks after the problem, but also solves the problem afterwards. So after your pimples, after your acne, you have scarring.
Then and then the scarring, then the Skleer gets rid of it and takes care of that. And that is important because you are looking at all the way from making sure that you prevent the coming back of the problem, and then totally eradicating, making sure that the skin goes back to its normal texture. But what I love the most about Skleer, when we're still talking about that, is the fact that the ingredients that have been put together do not cause what we call in pharmacy a rebound reaction. A rebound reaction is where, when you use a product, which is where you would look at when you use products that have got like salicylic acid, retinols, products that have got like steroids, they will heal the problem for some time.
Right.
But then the problem comes back after some time worse off than what it was. And that forces you to carry on using the product because you are thinking this problem is getting worse. But what's making the problem worse now is the ointment or cream that you've been using. But with Skleer, you do not experience that. So you do not get the irritations that would come, for example, with using products like salicylic acid. You do not get thinning of the skin, which you get with products like steroids, ointments and creams. So for me, if you look at the side effects of all the other groups, the salicylic acid, the retinols, the steroid drugs, they all have got disadvantages and you can't use them for a long time. That's why when you get them, the doctor will tell you use it for a week or two and then stop. But with Skleer, you can use it continually because it does not have those side effects.
All right, and is cortisol one of the things that
Yes, cortisol is a steroid. So there's got a problem of thinning the skin, and what then does is you then are more susceptible to infections worse than you were initially. So the conditions, when they come back, they get worse than when they started.
All right, and I know so many people who are so frustrated with their skin because of dry skin conditions and having to use stuff like cortisol creams, which are not cheap at all. I think like a cortisol cream is probably 4 times this price, and you have to stop and start your use of it.
Definitely, and then without actually getting full recovery, and you still need to carry on using it and not getting full benefit. But with Skleer, you are going to enjoy full benefits from the fact that it's going to eradicate the challenge and make sure the skin goes back to its normal texture. And the good thing is it does not come back. With most people, it does not come back unless if it's a complicated condition like those who've got acne and eczema, which are very tricky conditions. But in terms of relief and all that, and making sure that you get rid of the dryness, the skin becomes nicely hydrated, because when it's cracking, it's usually because there isn't enough moisture. So Skleer will make sure that the oils will trap enough moisture so that the skin does not dry and crack easily.
All right, and I saw on screen now it said something about it being great for after shaving.
Yes.
So ingrown hairs, is this something that would
definitely it would help with that, and then also after shaving and also after waxing, because what happens is when you have shaved, there's a challenge that the bacteria that you've got on the skin, they then find their way burrowing into the skin, and that's when you can get what we call the shaving rash. So when you use Skleer, you will prevent that, because then the skin is the hairs are not trapped, which is the ingrown, and they come out nicely without actually being blocked from coming out by excess fat, which the skin produces naturally.
All right, so we have anti-inflammatory properties in here. We have antibacterial and antimicrobial properties in here, which means it's the perfect thing for everybody's first aid kit, as well as your beauty bag or your beauty routine, making sure that your skin remains even and you can say goodbye to blackheads and pimples by utilizing this very amazing product called Skleer at just 99 Rand. It almost sounds too good to be true. So let's talk about the ingredients that come together to really make this as powerful as it actually is.
Right, as we're talking about the ingredients, I would like you to take to the challenge, if you can just put a little bit on, because Skleer just quickly gets absorbed. It gets absorbed in under 30 seconds. And that's the beauty, because what it then means is it's a 30 ml container, but it definitely goes a long way, because when you apply it sparingly. So you don't use a lot at a time, because people might wonder it's only 30 ml, but yes, it's 30 ml, but you do not need to use too much, because it's a well-formulated product that gets to be absorbed, and it gets into the deeper layers of it. As you can see, it's almost all are fully absorbed, and as you carry on, you find that it does not leave you with a shiny finish. There's a matte finish that you are finished, because it covers nicely the cuticle so that there is no more germs coming in. The ones that are underneath, it has already been absorbed, go to as far as the dermis. It starts dealing with any germs that are under the skin, making sure that can you see that? You would not even think or say you used an oil. And that's how beautiful Skleer is. And which means if you were to go to work, you can dress up straight away. If you are a lady and you still need to do your makeup, you can apply the Skleer first. After the Skleer, you can apply your makeup, and off you go. That's how easily absorbed Skleer is, and that's a very good advantage for me and everyone at home. This is why I love Skleer. But looking at the ingredients that we're talking about now and how exactly they benefit, besides all of them working together to give us the inflammatory, antibacterial, and antimicrobial properties. Each one of them goes an extra step to fit in to give us an extra benefit.
Okay.
Like the cardamom gives us an extra benefit of giving us vitamins and minerals so that you can feed the skin nicely, and also making sure that it stops multiplication of germs that are disease causing that might be on the skin. Cinnamon works nicely. This is why there are not many products out there that you can use on open wounds. So cinnamon, it works as a coagulant, so you can actually apply it on an open wound to stop the bleeding and help the closing of that wound much quicker. Tea tree, well-known antiseptic, antimicrobial, it works nicely for all skin types without irritating the skin. Eucalyptus, one of my favorites, because the moment eucalyptus touches air, it actually reacts and produces what we call ozone. Besides being an antimicrobial product, it produces ozone, which is a very nice antiseptic product in terms of cleaning and healing bacteria. And then Caraway, the pruritus or the itchy skin that we're talking about is the one that kicks in to work as a very nice antihistamine to make sure that it gets rid of the itchiness, which is why those insect bites that we were talking about earlier on, as we saw on the video, very good for those conditions.
Right, so viewers at home, let's actually play a game where we talk about how many things that we have in our first aid kit that you're able to put on open wounds, and the answer is not many at all.
There aren't that many, yeah.
And then we're talking about clear skin. How many products can you get for under 99 Rand that are able to give you all of these benefits? None that I know of.
Well, I think I only know of Skleer. As you're going on, the only thing that's coming to me is Skleer.
Literally. And then for eczema and dry skin conditions are extremely expensive. We've been through this many times. You find yourself running around in circles looking for so much relief, and we have it here in studio today for just 99 Rand. You can get your Skleer here at TV Mall by calling us on 0861 000 173 or log on to tvmall.co.za. As you can see, we're not telling you all of these things because we have a health expert here in studio. We literally have all that information on the bottle, on the box, to remind you of how many things it can be used for. And I actually can't think of anything that it can't be used for.
No, definitely you can use it for all. And this is why I think when you look at the skin, I think Skleer is one of those products that you can count off when it comes to skin confidence. Skin, as much as health-wise is not considered the most important organ, but when it comes to how people see you and perceive you, they want to see you with a clear skin. And you know, most people with skin conditions, they've got blemishes, especially the teenagers. Wow, teenagers should really make friends with Skleer, because remember, that's when hormones start playing up and they start breaking out. And that at that point, they're always better to find a good product that works. Skleer is one product that parents can now know that their teenage girls and boys there, they've got a good product that will give them back their confidence.
That's true. Everybody knows that you need to get yourself some Skleer for anything that is happening with your skin. It has the most amazing ingredients to make sure you get effective relief as soon as possible. From myself, Mutunta Benkele, and Jumo here in studio. Till we meet again. Bye-bye.